You have thick voice, you have husky voice, both of them are playing well. But this thin, sweet voice which you need for many bhajans or lighter music, for them you need a thin voice. So sa ni da pa.
Sa, sa, ni, da, pa.
No, maybe sa ni. That is a false sort of making it thin. Make it softer as in volume. Sa.
Sa, sa.
So when we are doing low volume, the throat shouldn't be affected. Meaning your stomach should go in. It should follow the right path. Stomach, lungs, throat, mouth, nose, head. That's the path of voice production. So I'm doing all of them. I'll do it both loudly and softly. Sa ni da pa is everything. Okay, like I'm using all the parts. Sa ni da pa. Even softer. Sa ni da pa. Okay, but everything should be involved. Sa ha ha ha.
Sa, ah, ah, ah.
You're doing ah ah ah. You're starting the sound from here. Started from below. Ha.
Ha.
You're still doing ha 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 ha.
Sa, sa.
It's still from here.
Hmm.
Take a deep breath. Ha.
Ha.
Okay. Reduce the ha sound. Ha. You're doing
Ah.
ah. You're starting with ah 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 ah. That is a closed sound. Ah is an open sound. You understand the difference? Ah 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 is a stoppage that is happening at your throat of the sound. Instead, you have to do ha ha ha.
Ha. Ha. Ha.
Ah. So when you blow out a candle, how do you do?
Yeah.
Not with all your force. Think it's a huge candle. So இன்னும் வரல force வரல. So there's something called bhastrika. Okay, where it's a part of yoga where you understand how to அந்த மாதிரி breathing out you have to do from your stomach. Please practice that. That will help a lot. You can go through some video where
Yeah.
I will explain it. So that is the path you need to do for voice production and singing. So ah, 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 ah. I'm explicitly showing it now by doing this. Ha 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 ha. It's going out of control because I'm throwing extra. But of course, how are we actually managing our pitches? By the amount of air we throw and how our vocal cords works at that point.
Yeah. Okay.
So, ha 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 ha. Can you try?
Ha. 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 Ha.
You're doing ha ha. This is stopped. First of all, don't put your neck out because only from here you will get. At the end of it, you should feel your lungs getting totally collapsed. Not collapsed. I mean, like shrunk maximum.
Okay.
Don't start with illa.
Ha.
Ha.
Ha. Ha.
Understood? So you're able to do it when you're doing a prolonged note.
Yeah.
And it's still subconsciously happening. Correct?
Oh. Oh. Okay. I mean, I don't know if I felt different though.
That's what I'm saying. It's subconsciously happening. You've not realized how to do it. So what you do is think that you're going to do a long note, but stop it short. Ha, badla ha.
Ha. Ha.
Now you can do the same thing without necessarily
Huh.
using the ha vowel. Ha இல்லாம பண்ணி பாரு. The same methodology you employ, but don't use ha. You started with a. Only if you say ha, you're able to open up. It shouldn't be like
Yeah.
that. Ah.
Okay, hold on. I'll do ha once just to understand how it feels inside. Ha.
Once again. Correct.
Ah.
Now. Ha 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha,
Da was correct. You realize?
ha,
No?
ha, ha, ha.
Correct. So before you're doing ha, now you're doing
Yeah.
ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Understood?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now what you do is this is the right throw. Okay. Now reduce your volume without reducing this throw, which is very important. Ha ha அப்படி இல்லாம ha 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 அத lower volume. Ha 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Correct. You didn't feel it?
I mean, it sounds different to me.
See, as of now, you're mimicking me.
Yeah. If I
You're
have
good
to
at
do,
mimicking. No, all of us. See, you learn
yeah.
a song, you learn not just the lyrics and the tune, but you learn the voice production also. That's why I was saying, listen to
Subconsciously.
someone who has very good voice, like Lata Mangeshkar or um,
Um,
their younger voice, preferably
okay.
Asha Bhonsle or Janaki, Chitra. So all of them have the perfect kind of voice production. Okay, so
Hmm.
now ha 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
No, no, you've forgotten your
Ah,
throw from it. Ha.
ah, ah,
You should
ah,
feel your core muscles contract when you are throwing out your voice. Ha 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 ha.
ah, mm, ah, 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 ah.
You're getting it right, but you're getting confused within between how to produce from within you the sound
Uh-huh.
and how it is produced from your throat. You're so used to a throaty
Throat
singing
singing.
that changing will take time.
Okay. But if
But
I
it is
keep doing this
essential
as
that
an
you do this. Yeah. So ha 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 ha.
ha, 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 ha.
Avoid ha.
Let's
In
say
a sense,
just
the syllable ha. But if you think using ha helps you realize from where it should come, then do once ha 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 ha.
ha, ha, ha. Wait, Akka, what did you do?
Ha
Sounds.
ha. I'm doing one ha, one ah in each note.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I see. I was like, hmm. Hmm. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. It's still sounding as ha. Okay, it's like subconsciously just pushing ha.
It's
Ha,
okay. It's
ha, ha,
okay.
ha,
Okay, you do
ha.
ha only if that is helping you, but now
Okay.
you reduce your volume. Ha ha ha.
Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
Still
Ha.
throaty? No.
No, it's not. Ha 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 ha. Do it some 4 5 times, otherwise we can't find out.
Ha, 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 ha.
It's becoming husky also.
Hmm.
Try to keep it thin. Think of sweet, sweet voice.
Hmm.
Sweet voice. Mildly nasal sound
Nasal
should
should
come.
come.
Nasal sound shouldn't come at the cost of voice quality or lack of beauty because of nasal sound. It should not be. It sounds very bad. Ha, ha, ha. So if you open your mouth enough, then
Mhm.
your nasal sound will not sound nasal. Ha, ha, ha,
That sounds very nasal.
ha, ha, ha. Sorry, I couldn't hear Shruti in between. Ha. Now I can hear. Ha, 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
It's become ha ha now. The moment you jut your face out, it's going to your throat.
Oh.
Ha, ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Are you using your stomach? Did your
Yeah,
stomach go in for every ha?
yeah, it
But I
did.
didn't feel it. So try again. Ha 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Okay, one or two are becoming still throaty, the rest of it is fine. But at least the pathway seems to be better now. The path that the sound is taking. So ha 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 ha.
Ha. The first two notes are very throaty. Ha,
Correct.
ha, 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 ha.
Now do ha 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha. Oh, it's very
Do
hard.
ha 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Okay, now ha 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Every time your stomach should go in. Ha 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Ah.
Ha.
Make it flowy now. Ha. Vanda.
Mhm.
Ah. Clear voice.
Ha.
Ah.
Ha, ha.
Try to avoid ha because you are confusing ha sound with husky sound. Try to avoid ha, but let it come from within. Ah.
Ha.
Much better. Ha 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 ha. Without ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Ah.
Ha.
Ah.
Ha.
Ah.
Ha. Oh. Ha. Oh.
Husky it became. So the
Yeah.
moment you think of notation and Shruti going off or whatever, voice production goes up. That's why when you're learning voice, I don't give you any other distractions. It's okay if the Shruti goes off. We will come back to it
Okay.
because that is
Okay.
anyway what we're training all the
Yeah.
time. Ah, ah.
Ha. Ah. Ah.
No, now you're shouting and also
Mm.
throating.
Mm.
Ah, ah, ah. So you realize it's like one meditation. Every second you
Yeah.
keep thinking of how to produce it. And imagine this is in front of me through a guided class. Imagine if you have to do it on your own. You'll feel like you're in a forest blinded.
Yeah. There are too many things to like pay attention.
Yeah, but it's very essential that we all learn this because
Yeah.
if you use this voice production while you speak, even through a day, if you keep speaking, at the end of the day, you will still be able to sing. Unless you are very physically tired or extremely
Mm.
exhausted, you can still use your voice to do minimal singing.
I
This
see.
is just about
Mm.
how you increase your stamina for singing because it's very important. A 1 hour concert is not simple.
Yeah.
Even a
Yeah.
half an hour concert is very mentally, physically taxing. At that time, if your voice is not listening to you, you'll have all sorts of even breathing issues you'll have if voice is not fine. Because you're throwing that much extra air for your voice to settle at that region. Also, if you eat, you
Yeah.
can't overeat, you will start burping out your food
Because
or
you
whatever.
cannot. You'll keep
Mhm.
because
At the
your
same time,
stomach.
yeah, at the same time, if you don't eat, then your vocal cords and your food pulp is not supple. You have not
Uh,
salivated for a long time. So what happens is it becomes dry in
dry.
some way.
Oh.
So many things are there. And if you don't keep drinking enough water through the day, again your throat will be very dry. So if I have a
Oh.
concert, I keep drinking water in between. I keep drinking water. Otherwise, you'll suddenly have a dry spot in one corner where you can't sing.
Use it.
It'll be like. Yeah, weird dry spot. So many things are there.
Mm.
Why are all these important? Because at the end of the day, if your voice is not listening to you, no matter how great you sing, how technically sound your music is, it won't be palatable.
Mm.
Nobody can hear a gruff voice for a long time. It's difficult unless you are very also focused on the technicalities and not
Focus on
the
how it
happiness
sounds.
behind listening to something. Voice is very important. So,
This is ha or ah?
the moment you say ha, I feel you are making your voice husky.
Oh, okay. Like subconsciously, I'm just bringing it up from my throat instead of my stomach. I'm saying,
Yes, the ha sound which I am asking you to sing for the sake of involving your
me so.
stomach and chest is actually playing otherwise. It's
Oh,
giving ha, ha. It's still a sound from
oh.
here. You have to bring it from within. So there are a lot of exercises that you can do, but okay, let's try this now.
Okay.
Ah, ah. Don't look down or up. But when you do this, it will feel like you're swallowing the sound. You'll actually feel it. Ah. Sing it.
Ha.
Do you feel the voice running inside you?
Slightly. Not as much as it's evident when you're doing it, but very
Ah.
little.
Yeah, so ah. Stop there.
Ha.
Does it vibrate in your chest?
It vibrates like right below my chest, like right near my like belly button.
Yeah, so ah. You'll actually feel it move.
Oh.
Sing it again.
What moves like what moves there though? Like I thought windpipe
Sound, the
systems.
sound. No,
Just
the
the
sound.
vibration.
Yeah, the vibration.
Oh.
Similarly, if you go up, you'll feel it. You might think, what is she saying? Does it even happen? Is it even scientific? But it is scientific. Like you take a flute, the lower
Yeah.
end is lower pitch, the higher end is higher pitch. It's very similar. But the lower we go in our chest, the lower the pitch is. The higher we go, the higher this pitch is. So, ah, we call this siren exercise, no? Ambulance or whatever.
Oh
Many people do
yeah.
this. So, ah, ah, I'm not moving my face or body in any way.
Yeah.
I'm going down, I'm going up.
Okay.
When we are talking also, if you start realizing, when I say realizing, down from down.
It's going
When we're
down.
talking also, when talking.
Hmm.
So, so this is the voice culture that you need to employ even when you speak.
So it becomes very
Because suddenly it cannot
subconscious.
happen. Yeah, suddenly it cannot happen over singing alone. So whenever you talk, you have to use your abdomen. Now this siren exercise is opened up my voice suddenly. Feels so comfortable to talk now. Oh my God. We should do it regularly, you know.
Okay.
Ah. Now try. Let's see how.
No,
You
I
don't
couldn't do
feel
the
it.
top part. Like the
Close your eyes. Let's do it once more to see if you feel it. Ah. Do only the lower part. Sustain it in the lower note
Okay.
so that you will still feel it there. Ah. No?
I felt it, but maybe it's not.
Maybe
I'll
you're
try once
not
again.
understanding what you are feeling. That is maybe, or maybe you're not feeling it. That feeling that it is a different thing. Like it's something very natural for you to isolate and understand and give it a name. Maybe it's very natural. So you
But
don't.
is it sounding correct though? Is that why you're
Yeah,
saying that? Oh, really?
yeah. Yeah. Maybe you
Oh.
can increase your volume. You will feel a slight pressure, like
Yeah,
when
I feel it like the moment I start going to lower notes, like or even higher notes. Like now that I start singing with my stomach, now I'm constantly pulling that part of my body in. But I'm
correct,
trying to
correct,
keep this part of my body a little relaxed.
correct, correct. So this is something I've been telling you from the beginning of the class. But unless we dedicate a class towards this,
Yeah.
you neither understand how to do it, nor do you religiously follow it because you don't know that it has to be done so,
Yeah.
right?
True.
So that is the reason why I'm converting today's class into a voice class because you seem to be struggling a lot, especially after a day of a lot of talking in the night, is struggling, right? That
Yeah.
shouldn't be the case. Like you shouldn't have to struggle with your voice. So that's what I said. Ah. Okay. Ah. You're throwing you're pushing your throat.
Yeah.
Start with pa. Pa is
Ah,
sa. Go to the ah.
ah, ah,
Should make sure there is no stop in the voice. If you have
oh,
to not have a stop in the voice, the breathing should be even and out.
okay.
Ah.
Ah,
Now you've gone to a
throat.
comfortable throaty sound. You
Yeah.
realize the difference now. Yeah. Now you want the voice to come out for sure, so you've just gone back to your
Throat
earlier instead.
default. Yeah.
Ah.
Ah. Ah. Ah. No, I'm
So
not opening my
pa,
mouth.
when you started
That's
singing pa,
tricky.
you realize that you're starting with your throat. You stopped and you corrected it. But the moment you went up, you became very conscious
Throaty.
that it's too high. That you went back to your throaty sound.
Ah, okay, 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 okay.
Ah.
Ah, ah,
Don't shout when you go up.
okay.
Lower your volume when you go. Ah.
Ah,
Okay,
ah,
let's do only. Ah.
ah,
You're doing in your correct voice from here, from your nose,
ah.
everything. When you're going up, you're pushing your throat. Ah.
Oh,
Ah. Instead, ah. Maintain the sound inside. It is
hmm.
at the back of your mouth and nose. Ah, ah, ah. No,
Ah,
started it wrong. Ah, you started
hmm.
here. Ah,
Ah, ah,
ah. Stomach in.
ah,
Ah.
ah,
Okay,
ah,
do this. Ah, 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 ah.
ah, 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 ah.
Okay, first pa was not right, and then you corrected it in the second one. In
Yeah.
the third one, you are already very pressurized to do it right, and it
So
went
the
wrong.
throat. Oh.
So that you can do it 5 more times if you want, but locate the sound inside your mouth.
Okay.
Ah, 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 ah.
Ah, 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 ah.
Much better, but still, when you're going up,
Very
it is
feeble.
tending to come front and back and front and back. Something's happening. So don't move
Mm.
anything. Don't move a muscle except for your vocal cords. Ha 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 ha. Not moved anything. If you look at my face, you won't know which pitch I'm singing.
Mm.
Correct? Ha
Yeah.
ha ha. You won't know.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try. Mm. Ah, 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 ah. It's oscillating.
Think it has to come from your nose. Ha 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 ha
Ah,
ha.
ah, 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 ah.
Do it continuously for some 7, 8 times.
And
By
then get it.
when
Okay.
your mind will register as to how to get it right. If you don't give yourself that much time, then you stop at throat and you'll again start at throat.
Mm.
So
Ah, 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 ah,
what is
ah.
happening is you're not giving out enough air. So it's becoming shaky and feeble. It's becoming like that.
Oh.
Ah, ah, ah.
Ah, 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 ah. It's kind of shaking. Like I
It's
can.
shaking. Take
Okay.
time between them. Ha, ha, ha. Every time you blow out air. Ha, ha, ha,
Ah,
ha.
ha, 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 ha.
It's still residing in the mouth. Think it has to come from your nose. Think of that Chandra Bindu. Ha, 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 ha,
Oh.
ha.
Ha, 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 ha,
Make it a
ha.
little longer one. Secondly, think you have to use, okay, let's do punch, 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 punch.
Pan,
Ah, that's the sound. Ah, I'm saying
pan,
punch.
pan, pan, ah, ah, ah,
Yes.
ah, 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 ah,
No. When you're saying punch, that
pan,
sound, you're not doing it on ha.
pa,
Punch.
punch.
Please. When you say punch,
Mm,
ah sound, you're doing in only the fag end.
yeah.
பா ஆஞ்ச் அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கு பா
Pan,
பா
pan.
you finding it funny?
No, I'm not able to comprehend. Pan, pan,
Correct. Now do
punch,
punch, punch.
punch,
That is the sound.
punch. Oh, I'm trying to place it.
That is the
Punch.
sound. Doesn't sound nasal to me at all. Does it sound nasal to you? It might. Initially, it's because
No.
it's
I can
voice.
only feel what's like, I can only feel this part. I don't feel anything here. That's the
Correct. You shouldn't. That's right.
Oh, okay.
You shouldn't feel any pressure here or here.
No, no pressure, but I don't feel the vibration here. That's the
And that you
point.
will start realizing slowly, especially when you go higher, you'll realize. Punch. Now you'll feel. You'll feel it here. You'll feel it here. Punch.
Punch. Mm,
Don't do punch. Punch.
at the back.
Yes.
Punch.
No.
Throat, throat. Punch. Mm.
You notice you're doing slightly opening your mouth. Punch. So the sound is coming front. It's coming to your palate instead of your back of your mouth. Punch. Now the palate is tight if you realize. Go to the higher part, the palate become tight. Palate will become tight.
Punch.
Do you feel it?
Slightly?
So
No, no. Okay, I'll try once
it
again.
look like I'm giving some very funny comments on what you'll feel where, but initially you'll think it's not possible to realize these. pressures inside yourself, but eventually you will. Punch is different from punch.
Mm. Pa. Throat.
You have to
Yeah.
come, which is not you. So you have to thin down your voice, make the volume low.
Pa.
Punch.
Pa. Pa. I think. I
You
think.
didn't do pa, you did pa.
Pa. Pa.
Still not coming.
Pa. Pa. Pa.
Okay, let's do this. Pa,
Pa. Pa.
pa.
Pa.
So pada வருது நீலேருந்து வரல. You are already thinking is too high. Think that the sound should go piercing inside your nose, inside. Pa.
Pa.
No, now it's speaking. You realize there's a
Yeah, yeah,
change in the
something is
production.
wrong. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's not coming from the place where pa is happening. Pa.
Pa.
No, pa just started wrong.
Pa.
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 We can tone down the nasality. For now, keep it nasal. Pa.
Pa.
Correct.
Oh,
Remember
correct.
this.
Yeah. Okay.
Pa. Make the volume low, it'll be perfect. Pa.
Pa.
No, the position change.
Pa. Pa.
No, pa. Edit.
It's pa. It's
Mouth is gone now.
mm,
Pa.
pa. Pa.
Lower your volume, lower your volume. Pa. Now lowest volume la paadu, it will go there. Pa. You're coming back when it is da. So maybe your head voice in the right production should grow. If you keep trying this,
Uh-huh.
you will start growing your head voice. Maybe that's something you've never experienced
Experience, yeah.
or expanded before. So, oh, that should happen. So when
Pa.
you go reach the highest side, you will feel it like in your head. So it's typically like your voice is one upright piano where
Yeah.
the piano's lower
Mm.
keys are on your stomach and the higher keys are on your head.
I can only feel anything below pa or below da. I cannot feel ni and sa anywhere. Like I think I use my like to your point, like throat voice a lot for.
No, it is a proven fact that these are the vibrating spaces inside our body, like your lungs, and then the
The
windpipe, then
and
the
then the
vocal cords, pharynx, mouth, nasal cavity, and then you have cavities here also. All the sinuses, those get blocked
mm,
when you have cold. They're all the vibrating surfaces. I mean, vibrating
very parts.
spaces.
Mm.
So you have to get them all vibrating. That's when you get this beautiful sound quality.
Pa pa.
So now we are working on getting the voice correct. But
Yeah.
once you get that right, whatever genre you sing should come out right. Like even if you're singing Carnatic,
Mm.
you should employ these methods. So Deva Deva Kalayamite. There's a stress in the methodology of Gamakams, but
Mhm.
there is no change in my voice. I'm not singing it as Deva Deva Kalayamite. That is when I'm stopping my voice multiple times, which is when there is a lot of pressure on the vocal cords. Instead, if we use the culture correctly, it will be like this. Deva Deva Kalayamite. शरणाम्बुजदे सेवनम्
It's
तररा
same.
तारा I'm using my voice culture in Carnatic as well. You can do it
Hmm.
on bhajans where there is no pressure also that Carnatic has. Like मारे आओ जी प्रीतम प्यारा प्रीतम प्यारा तन मन धन सब भेंट धरो भजन करूंगी भजन करूंगी तुम्हारा so there it is controlled release of sound where your stomach slowly goes in like one balloon.
Yeah.
So all these are part of voice culture and it's very important that you understand it even when we talk. So try to employ these when you're talking. Always keep your stomach in and use multiple pitch. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing fine. You know, you use
Oh,
whole range. We do it, we don't
yeah.
realize it, but now it's time to realize what you're doing. We are talking as well.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
let's try again.
Pa, pa.
No, it became pa. See, a little bit of time I spoke, and the flow is lost, and memory goes off. Memorizing voice culture and bringing it into multiple genres, whatever you sing, will take time because it's like you're changing the way you breathe. They say don't breathe like this, breathe like for an example, I'm saying it's not easy, right? It's something
Yeah.
that is too fundamental for you to change easily. So it'll take
Oh,
time, but you have
okay.
to keep at it every day. So, and
Pa,
no, you started off there.
pa,
Stomach in, low volume.
pa,
No, it's
pa.
still.
Pa, pa, ah, 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 ah,
No, it didn't come at all now.
pa,
No, you
ah,
started off ah. It won't come then.
pa,
At least think of nose, think of Chandrabindu.
pa, pa,
Okay?
ah, ah,
Correct, do it.
pa, ah, 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 ah,
You're
ah.
still doing pa, Kana. You have to do pa.
Oh, pa, ah, pa, ah, 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 ah,
Make it
ah,
longer because you're not realizing within this short time. Pa, ha, ha, ha.
pa, ah, ah,
Open your
ah,
mouth.
pa, ah,
Are you
ah,
thinking of pa or pa?
pang,
இப்பதான் நினைக்கிற இவ்வளவு நேரம் நினைக்கல அந்த சவுண்டே வரலையே
pa, pa,
பா,
pa,
okay. Lower your volume. Pa.
pa,
Now you're thinking. Pa.
pa.
Now it's changed. You
Ah,
realize?
I can feel it. Pa.
Yeah.
It's not. ஏன்னா இதுக்கு மேல I cannot squeeze my stomach.
No, it's not about squeezing your stomach. It's about locating your voice inside for the higher pitch. Pa.
Pa, pa, pa.
Now let's not think twice or think for a long time. Let's
Okay.
do it with minimum thinking. Pa,
Pa,
ah, pa,
pa,
pa.
pa.
It's slightly எட்டி பார்க்கறது.
Oh, really?
Good. Yeah.
You,
Pa,
I get pa, pa, mm, pa.
Shruti, will come back to Shruti. Shruti is important, but for just this class.
Okay.
Pa,
Pa,
pa.
pa,
There.
me.
This is correct. Me, sa.
Oh. This is the first time I'm hearing myself sing that.
That it'll sound different to you, you know. You will sound different to yourself. So, pa.
Pa, pa.
There are also problems where people cannot. It's like if you change your name, you can't associate yourself to the new name quickly, right? Like that,
Yeah.
if your voice changes, it might not be comfortable for you to hear.
Yeah.
So you
It
won't
feels.
accept your new voice initially. Like how if you do a plastic surgery, it's difficult for you to remember your new face. I'm just giving it as an example. So if you change your voice, people struggle with that also. You're getting the right voice, but it's new to you, so you're not comfortable with it. You get
It
back to
feels
whatever.
weird. It feels
Correct.
very like
Correct.
pa,
No, now you're going back.
pa, pa,
Pa,
pa,
pa,
pa,
pa,
pa,
Padanisa,
padanisa,
Padanisa.
padanisa,
Correct.
sa, padanisa,
Padanisa re.
padanisa re,
Padanisa re da.
padanisa re, ga.
Parisa ni da pa.
Padanisa ni da pa.
கொஞ்சம் feebler இது.
Yeah.
It will come. It will come. This itself is a good change. It's
So
like a
when I'm
good step.
going above, like when I'm going above pa, like I should still be singing with my stomach.
Yes, yes, yes. Definitely.
But it's not like, at least I am not feeling like I'm pulling my stomach as much inside as I would do with the lower half of the notes.
That is because you're not struggling with the higher pitch.
What does that mean?
Earlier, you used to struggle with the higher. Ah, you will used to spend a lot more air there. Now you
Yeah.
know the right production. You're not throwing. You're not pushing your throat. So it's naturally happening there. Ah, no problem. Because it's the right
Mm.
production. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
You take a bass guitar and try to play higher pitch frequencies, it cannot happen because it is not made so. Similarly, if you try to push your throat voice into your high pitch, it's not made for high pitch. Your high pitch, your nose, head, and all is made for high pitch. That is the portion
Ah.
where it needs to
So I should
vibrate. But
not.
nevertheless, you can't isolate your head voice and chest voice. That is when people call it falsetto or false voice. Doesn't sound right because your basal voice is different from your head voice. So the best thing is for them to beautifully
Blend.
congregate,
Okay.
blend well. So your head voice should always come down and your chest voice should, in a sense, ah, I'm still keeping my head voice alive.
Sing
How?
again. Okay, one second, one second.
Ah. Is my head voice alive until the end?
Yeah. I
I'm
still
not doing
hear that.
I'm not doing that. Ah. How? I'm using the Chandrabindu sound to remember where to produce it from. Similarly,
Ah.
understood?
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah, yeah.
Ah. I'm using that sound to remember how. I should use that
the voice.
portion as the source of the sound. Similarly, when I'm going up, I'm using my abdomen and my chest well.
Hmm.
Ah. So, so when your head voice meets your chest voice, then everything becomes one. So let's take a song. When we take a song, mm, Gopal, Govinda Murari, 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 Gopal. Do you find that the voice is suddenly shifting in the sound texture or nature anywhere?
When you go below to those notes, I guess below pa, like it sounds coming more from here. And then when you go
Correct,
above, it's still connected. Like I don't find that complete disconnect that you're talking about. Like it's
correct,
not just floating. Like the top notes are not just floating around. They're still rooted somewhere down below.
correct,
But
correct,
they're from the head, not really like that bass note.
correct, correct. So these are things that doesn't see. Some people are very gifted in the sense it naturally happens. They don't need voice culture. But people like me who has gone through multiple different teachers who sing in multiple different ways, I had a lot of issues, and I have gone through proper voice culture with Anand Vaidyanathan sir. So he taught us the whole theory of how to produce voice and how to breathe and so many techniques. I mean, it's countless. 1.5 years, I think, of classes. It made a huge difference in my life. All the music that I've learned until now is taking shape because of how the voice is being used now. So I think I owe it to him for that. So it's very important that we understand how to use our voice. It's the ultimate tool. Like, why do we like Koel better than prose? I mean, you can keep listening to a beautiful song, bird, for a long period of time, but it's not easy to hear a crow for a long time. I mean, it's a fact that we need to accept. So voice
True.
is important. Yeah. So
Okay.
when you go through that training, you realize how important it is. Until then, you think, it's okay. It's okay for the voice to crack at one point. It's okay if the voice gets switched off for a second. So when I sang Gopal, throughout the voice is on. Govind, Radhe Krishna, Murari. It doesn't become Murari. I
Uh,
exaggerated it to show you. Murari. I mean, nobody
so,
sing like that. I'm just saying
uh,
that is how voice talks. Unknowingly, we do it between sangatis and all.
does it mean like does it so when you're disconnected, like when you don't connect or root that upper head voice with your like stomach, it does it come across as like a cut sound, or is it just me
Yeah,
imagining
yeah,
that?
yes.
Does it use that is
So,
that's how it sounds. So when I am like practicing, I will know like okay, at this point, like I'm not using, apart from the vibration piece, when I listen to it, I'll know okay, at this point I'm not making use of my connected voice. It sounds
correct,
disconnected.
correct. So, sani, 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 dava, ma, ga, re, sa. It will sound like with a lot of difficulty I've come over that disconnected voice.
If I sing it,
Going-
it'll be fine.
no, no, not like that. Going back to it is pretty difficult. Okay, so sani, sani, sing, let's see. I don't think you have a disconnected voice, but let's hear you now. Sani, 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 dava, ma, ga, re, sa.
Sani daba magari sa.
Between da and pa, there's a stop in your voice. one fraction of a second. Sani, sani, daba, sani, daba, magariza. See?
Sani 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 dhapa sani dhapa magare sa.
Sani, sani, sani. You heard that?
Yeah.
Sani, 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 daba.
Sani 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 dhapa magare sa.
Sani, 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 daba.
Sani sani
Sani,
sani
sani, sani.
sani sani sani.
So
Oh,
every time you're singing one swaram, you're freshly starting your voice. Sani, sani, sani. Instead, do it like one continuous thing.
continuous.
Sani, 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 daba, magariza.
Sani 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 dhapa magare sa.
So, so how you do it is the voice is constant
Okay.
and the voice is interspersed with your mouth's closure for the different vowels or consonants.
Mm.
Sani, 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 dava, sani, dava. Ah. That you're going to intersperse it with mouth closure. Ah. Sani, 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 dava. So the sound is permanent.
Okay.
The vowels, sorry, the consonants are interspersing the constant sound. Instead, if you think of them as sani, 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 dapa as
Ah,
separate entities, that is when it becomes a voice
this one.
stop. Sani, 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 dapa, sani, dapa. It's not wrong, but I'm saying to understand this technique, this is a good example. You can
Mm.
still sing sani, 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 dapa, sani, dapa, where I'm throwing everything separately.
Jantar
Sani,
throw
sani,
separately.
sani. There's a lot of difference between Hindustani and Carnatic in that way. There's
More
more of flow here. There
continuously.
are lot more of throw per note.
Ah.
Okay, but I'm just using this as an example to show you how voice stops and doesn't stop.
Okay, I understand.
We used to sing Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana. It can be Shri Ram Chandra Kripa. I'm not able to do it wrong. So yeah, so voice stop shouldn't happen. It should always be
Okay.
a forward movement. It should always flow front. It's like the voice is constant and it is interspersed with lyrics. It's not that every lyrical
Mm-hmm.
portion becomes one tune.
But
If
Akka,
you
so
think of
like when I'm singing, like I know we did that pa 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 pa, or just pa. I'm just holding my stomach inside. I think what I'm like subconsciously doing is like I'm pulling my stomach in for every swaram. So
correct.
that should not be the case.
That can be the case, nothing wrong with that. Only thing is whether you're pulling it for each swaram or not, your output should be equal. Or you can slowly make it look like a deflated balloon. Slow deflation in
Oh.
your stomach and slow release. If you keep doing multiple times your stomach pulling, no, then your Shruti will go off because every time you'll have to see, you can still do it without the Shruti going off, but every time you have to consciously control the amount of air that's coming out. How
True.
do we, the higher, more air you blow, higher pitch it becomes. Sometimes what happens if you sing in a group, like two, three
Mhm.
of us, you can't hear yourself. What you'll do is you will try to become louder. So you will try to blow out more air. But you might end up becoming sharper in your voice. You
Uh-huh.
can end up becoming higher pitched instead of higher volume.
Oh, interesting. Okay, okay.
It's all about how much of air you're blowing. Abhina,
Like,
uncontrolled you're saying. Ha, ha, ha. See, it's going into places. Ha, 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 ha. This is controlled release where I'm deflating my balloon slowly. Ha, 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 ha. It's better than ha, 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 because every time
hmm.
I'm pulling my stomach. See, all these are things that are very personal, and how much of practice you do for that. You can still do that. There's no right or wrong. But yeah,
Okay. I'll try. Okay.
yeah. So what we'll do is you have recorded this and
Yeah.
you listen to this and use this every day for say 3 4 days. Don't practice anything else because you
Okay.
will your mind will go back to
Normal. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So do only this. Use
Okay.
this video
Hmm.
and try only this.
Okay. Okay.
And don't sing Sarli Verse or anything.
Okay. I'll just practice.
Ah, ah. No, what we did in class, you
Okay.
keep playing this and singing and
Along with it.
sing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.